That John Deere riding mower you're about to buy at Home Depot this weekend has a transmission that is actually weaker than the Cub Cadet sitting right next to it on the same floor, and it costs more. I pulled the part numbers on the John Deere S140, the Cub Cadet XT1 LT42, and the Husqvarna YTH18542. Same aisle, same price range. But when you trace the components back to the factories, the John Deere story falls apart. So why does a mower with weaker internals command a higher price? The engine in the John Deere S120 through S180 is a Briggs Stratton 724 cubic centimeters Intek V-twin. Different Briggs spec numbers depending on the mower, but the same block, same casting, same Alabama and Georgia factories. The Husqvarna YTH18542 V48 runs that same Briggs family. Same engine, different sticker. Cub Cadet is the oddball because it uses a Kohler 7000 series V-twin, which gives it a legitimate engineering edge that John Deere doesn't have at this price. But on the base models, the S100 and the Husqvarna YTH18542 both run a Briggs Intek single cylinder. And that engine has a documented head gasket failure between 150 and 250 hours. Forum mechanics on Bob is the Oil Guy and My Tractor Forum have been flagging it for years. Thin gasket section, no fire ring, warps from heat cycling. That's not a fringe complaint. That's a known weakness in the block that both John Deere and Husqvarna chose to put in their cheapest mowers. But the engine isn't even the part that surprised me. The transmission is. Everybody online says these mowers all run the same Tuff Torq K46. That's wrong. 6 of John Deere's 8 S-Series models, the S100 through the S160, run a lighter Tuff Torq called the TLT200. It handles about 130 pound-feet of torque versus the K46's 171. That's 24% less capacity. But the Cub Cadet X T1 LT42, sitting 10 feet away, runs the actual K46. So does the Husqvarna. The competitors have the stronger transmission, the John Deere has the weaker one. And no, I'm not making that up. Pay attention to this next detail because it explains how all of this is possible. Every single one of those transaxles, the TLT200, the K46, the K58, comes from one factory. Tuff Torq Corporation in Morristown, Tennessee. They supply 9 of the top 10 residential mower brands. Same building, same assembly lines, different part numbers on the invoice. The outdoor power equipment aisle at Home Depot is basically a Tuff Torq showroom with different colored hoods. The decks tell a boring story, honestly, which is useful because boring means parity. Every 42-inch deck at this price is 13-gauge stamped steel. Move up to 46 or 48 inches and you get 12-gauge, but none of them gets a fabricated deck. Not at any price in the S-Series. I'll come back to that because it matters more than you'd think. Now, the pricing is where the internet meme completely dies. Walk into Home Depot right now. The John Deere S100 sits at $17.99 on promo. The Cub Cadet XT1 LT42 next to it is $22.99. The John Deere is the cheapest mower of the three. At the entry level, the John Deere Premium doesn't exist. You're paying less for weaker internals. But the premium shows up when you climb the ladder. The S180 with a 54-inch deck runs $34.99 to $37.99 at dealers. A comparable Cub Cadet XT1 LT50 is $28.99. That's a 25 to 40% markup for the same Briggs engine, the same Tuff Torq family, and the same stamped deck. All assembled in John Deere's Greenville, Tennessee plant, which has been building the consumer-grade line since 1988. The forum guys call these Greenville Deers, and they don't mean it as a compliment. Therefore, at the S-Series level, the green paint is the premium. I don't say that lightly. If you're finding this useful, hit subscribe. I cover outdoor power equipment every week, and I don't get paid by any of these brands. If you're in the store right now realizing you can't tell which of these mowers are actually different underneath, I ranked every major model by transmission, engine, and deck, so you're not guessing with your wallet out. Scan the QR code on screen or check the link in the description and pinned comment. The mower where the John Deere Premium actually starts buying better engineering is the X380 at roughly $57.99. That's where every major component upgrades at once. The engine switches from Briggs to a Kawasaki FR691 V-twin with full pressure lubrication and a design life around 3,000 hours. The transaxle jumps to a Tuff Torq K58. The front axle goes from stamped steel to cast iron. The warranty extends to 4 years or 300 hours. That's a $2,000 jump over the S180, and it's the first time the money is going into the machine instead of into the brand. But the X380 is just where it starts. The X570 at $81.99 brings a K72 with a locking rear differential for ground-engaging attachments. The X590 at $103.99 adds Kawasaki electronic fuel injection. By the time you're at $10,000, you're buying a machine that shares nothing with an S100 except the paint color. Different plant. Horicon, Wisconsin versus Greenville, Tennessee. Different engine, different transaxle, different everything. And resale data backs this up. X-Series Deers retain about 60 to 65% of original price after 5 years on dealer sites like Machine Finder and Tractor House. But the S-Series, closer to 55 to 60%, which is only about 5 points above a Cub Cadet XT1. The resale story everybody associates with John Deere belongs almost entirely to the X-Series. And the forums know it. There's a thread on Green Tractor Talk literally titled, "This forum hates the S models. Consumer Reports disagrees." The enthusiasts who actually wrench on these machines draw a hard line between the Greenville consumer tractors and the Horicon garden tractors. They're two completely different products that happen to share a logo. Now remember I mentioned fabricated decks? This is John Deere's quiet competitive blind spot. Cub Cadet offers a fabricated deck on the XT2 LX42 at about $35.99. Husqvarna has one on the TS242XD at $36.99. But John Deere doesn't offer a fabricated deck on any residential lawn tractor. Not the S-Series, not the X300, not even the X500. You'd have to spend over $11,000 on an X700 Signature Series. That gap is real. And that brings me to the tip that can save you real money at a dealer. When you're negotiating on any riding mower, ask what the transaxle fluid change interval is. They'll say it's sealed for life. But Tuff Torq's own documentation recommends a 50-hour break-in fluid change and then every 200 hours after, using 5W50 synthetic. A $20 fluid swap at 200 hours can double the life of the transmission that every forum in America complains about. The dealers know this. They just don't volunteer it because a failed transmission at 400 hours is a new mower sale for them. The green paint is the same on every John Deere in the aisle. The mower underneath is not. If you're shopping under $3,000, buy on price and dealer convenience because the parts are basically identical across brands. If you can stretch to the X380, that's where the reputation actually lives. And if somebody tells you John Deere costs twice as much for the same thing, show them the part numbers. The parts don't lie. YouTube thinks you'll like one of the videos on screen right now, so go ahead and click it. And if you made it to the end of this one, subscribe. I'll see you in the next breakdown.